The Roman Empire was one of the greatest powers in history. Millions of people, hundreds of cities, different languages, different gods. But these differences also made Rome fragile, an empire that could fall apart at any moment. A single mistake could have brought this vast empire to the ground. So how did they manage it? How did the Roman Empire remain standing for centuries? This was no coincidence. It was a deliberate system. Rome was not born as an empire. In fact, Rome was the greatest experiment in governance in history. No one had ever tried to bring together so many different people under a single system. But Rome's difference was this: it didn't send only soldiers to conquered lands, it sent order. Roads, law, taxes, and rules. Rome's plan was bold. It would not change people. It would manage their habits. And this small difference would become either the greatest success in history or its greatest disaster. The Roman Empire's true weapon was not the sword, but the law. Roman law defined you, no matter who you were. Citizens and non-citizens were different, but everyone belonged somewhere. A merchant, a farmer, a soldier, everyone was inside the system. Rome did not distribute justice as much as it eliminated uncertainty. It made people feel this. This legal order protects you. And people accepted living for a system that protected them. Roman roads were not just stone paths. They were the nervous system of an empire. Soldiers moved quickly. Messages arrived without delay. Taxes could be collected. But more importantly, Rome could reach everywhere. When a rebellion began, Rome was already there. When a crisis emerged, Rome heard it. Because Rome's power did not lie only in arriving, but in the possibility that it could arrive. Rome's smartest move was this: it did not try to turn conquered lands into Rome. Temples remained, languages remained, traditions remained. Rome did not promise happiness. Instead, it offered a simple deal. Become a Roman citizen, pay your taxes, follow the rules. And what did it give in return? Security, trade, a chance to rise. A farmer, a soldier, a merchant, anyone could gain status in Rome. That is why Rome was not only a feared power, it was also a desired system. Rome had emperors, but Rome did not stand on one man alone. There was bureaucracy, governors, local administrators. Rome was centralized, but it did not rule everything from the center. This was one of Rome's most intelligent moves. It did not destroy local order. It simply placed Rome on top of it. And so the empire did not collapse under its own weight. Gladiator fights, races, grand spectacles. These were not just entertainment. Rome knew how to keep people occupied. They watched, they talked, they forgot. Bread and spectacle was Rome's way of governing the masses. A society that was not hungry and constantly distracted did not rebel. Rome understood this very early. Rome governed its people with fair laws and grand spectacles. But what kept the empire standing was the victories it won. As Rome kept winning, people witnessed it. Triumphal marches passed through the streets. Spoils of war were displayed. Captives were paraded. even if a citizen never saw a battlefield. Rome made sure they felt victorious. Because a winning empire creates trust. A winning empire feels eternal. And as long as Rome continued to win, people believed one thing: I am a citizen of a powerful state. But when victories became fewer, and when news began to arrive more slowly, that sense of confidence slowly began to fade. Before external enemies, Rome began to struggle with its own weight. Taxes increased. Bureaucracy expanded. The center weakened. The system could no longer protect everyone equally. And Rome's greatest fear came true. People felt they had nothing left to lose. When people began to feel, this system no longer protects me, the empire slowly began to unravel. The Roman Empire fell, but Rome's system did not disappear. The roads we use today. Legal concepts. State structures. All carry traces of Rome. Rome showed us this. To rule a world, you do not need to make everyone happy. You only need to make the system indispensable. Rome was an empire. But before that, it was an idea. And when we look at the world today, we should ask ourselves, how different is the system that governs us now really? Share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to follow us and like the video for more stories like this.